Anyway, here's part three to what I was saying. But here's a part three. I'm gonna tell you that I know that I really wanted things to be cool with us. I really wanted to take things to a certain level, to a certain extent. Now, I'm gonna be honest. She was talking about. I already said this like in another video, but she was talking about, right? She wanted to go into the Air Force. That's not anything I want to be a part of. I don't want anyone that I'm with to be a part of any affiliation like that because of reasons. All right, my spiritual reasons and my logical reasons, and it doesn't go with my all black agenda. It doesn't fit, you see, being in something like that. She's like, well, I could be a cop or something like that as a, underground kind of thing. Again, doesn't fit for reasons. She's like, or I could be a teacher. I was like, okay, I'm not trying to put you in that typical feminine role, but I mean, if you could do that, it doesn't involve you being shot at, it doesn't involve you being hurt, especially underneath, the governmental system. I mean, you're still underneath the governmental system, right? I'm technically underneath the governmental system in my field of work, right? I'm not a judge. I work as a mascot at Chick-fil-A. It's still a job within the society, so it's still underneath this government. It still contributes to this society and how it is, and anyway, yeah. Either way, I want whoever I'm with to be safe. I don't need to be left alone for months, not knowing when I can call them or when they're going to be coming home. I don't need to be moving around all the time. If I'm going to be moving around, like I said, I want to see the world, I want to travel, but I'm going to do that like by myself. I need to do that at my own pace, not just, okay, honey, we gotta come home, pack up and move, we gotta go. No. And I especially don't need to get some letter saying that you've been shot, not, 2 days ago. I wasn't even around to hold you when it happened. I don't need that. Especially when I really care about you, like. Anyway. We were a little bit too different in our views anyway. I know that. But, yeah. I know she called me after. I sent her those messages and say 10 minutes after, 10 minutes, she sent me, she called me on my phone, private number, so I couldn't call back or whatever. She's like, hey, I get it. I'm sorry, What she said, I didn't read your messages because they're really long, and what she said, I don't read. I don't read unless I have to. That's another thing. That's just ignorant shit. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No. What do you mean you don't read? I need someone who doesn't mind developing their mental. And that's what I need. I need someone who's like, well, no. Someone actually likes to learn and doesn't mind learning about certain things. I like that. I definitely want someone who is definitely woken, who's definitely, awake when it comes to the things that need to be done with the black agenda. Not everyone else, but the black agenda. Foundations and core values, things like that. Womanhood, manhood, and society, and family, and culture, and language, and finding our own as black people, and how we do that. Our own economic system, how we build ourselves up, and someone who cares about building up the future generations and stopping this nonsense that we have in the black community today. Like I said, majority of the black community that I find, they're niggas. That's what I find, It can be the ones you see, across the street. It can be the people that you see, in your McDonald's, even at your gas stations, or at your Targets. It's just, it's basically the same type of variety, and I'm sick of it. I hardly find people like me, and I don't mean white influence. I just mean people like me, black people like me. It's hard. So that's why I don't feel like dealing with black people. I've said that in a couple of my videos, and I still partially feel that way. But yet I've woken up and I realized that I'm still trying to push that side off and trying to give them a chance, trying to become more open, and I'm trying to find ways. Obviously, I have to learn more, so that's why I'm still researching and doing things, and have to get into public speaking and have to get library books and about famous speakers and things like that. So, you know, I plan to speak at seminars and things like that. I plan to be at, you know, black rallies and, you know, things like that, and speeches and things like that. And that's what I plan to do. I plan to push forward us and kind of, you know, push off that standard nigga, you know, frame that is the black community generally, that I find today. Not all of them, but the general black community, I find they are. That's why it's hard to get along with them. And there are a lot of components that make a nigga in my mind, you know, my experience. Again, this isn't anything that I make up. This is stuff that I've been dealing with. This is stuff that as it hits me, right? It comes to me. This is what I've seen. This is what I've had to deal with head on. So it's not just I'm flipping a coin, I'm making this stuff up. Okay, you know, I'll just say this, I'll just say this. No. This is actually what is, you see? Let me just say, Tommy Sotomayor. Now, people don't like him, but people want to say, oh, well, you just hate yourself and you're just pulling this out, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. No, how come he's able to show so many videos of the same thing? The same type of variety, right? He's not making this stuff up. This is literally what you guys show. This is how you guys are. But yet I'm an asshole because I pointed out, because I want to change this. Because I actually want the youth to succeed and progress and know about us as we are, not what whites tell us we are. And, you know, how we should be and the things we should like and, you know, the goals we should, you know, the futures we should imagine ourselves and place ourselves in, right? I want to be as good as I make myself to be. Not as good as only anyone else tells me I'll probably be. So yeah, anyway, I'm not going to start talking about all that, you know, stuff right now. But I'm just saying, you know, we vary differently on that, because she's not even up to that speed. She's still way behind and, you know, whatever, in the white community and things like that, and glorifying this. And she's one of those girls, yeah, she wears weave and she very much like that, right? You know, she's self-conscious about things. And like I said, the background, I get that. I get it, judging her background. And it seems like I said, the general black community in general, when it comes to women, they have things in common, right? That's why you find the typical variety. That's why they most of them, they depend on weave to go out the house and make them look good. And it's almost like, in a way, and even when I was like within like my trans identity, I knew this. Like I picked up on it. When the things they do, it's kind of like the same like me. Deepening my voice, going by a different identity, binding. Literally taking on something completely different, hiding things that are really me. Whether it's here or, you know, over here. On my Stewie shirt. Yeah. I just know that it was a lot. It was going to be a lot of work, and she wasn't changing anytime soon. Whatever. But I know she called me. She was like, hey, well, I wish you the best, and I'm sorry that I couldn't get things right. I'm sorry I just couldn't do this, and, you know, I lost you again, and I just wish you the best. And I didn't say anything. And she hung up. She called me back maybe 5 minutes later saying, Sai, I'm sorry, I need you, I miss you, please. I want you back, please. I said, I was just trying to talk to you about this stuff, and you mean to tell me that you're going to suddenly change? Take me back for what? To do the same stuff you just did? Literally a few minutes ago? It is not that different. You are not that different. No, you are not the father. Anyway, really, it's not happening. She said, you know, don't leave me, I need you. She started crying. I'm like, Lord, like, and it's not even like funny, but like I really felt bad. Like, I've been there before, so I know I can't put myself through that. I can't take on your baggage when I'm trying to start my life. I don't need that in my life. And it's not even the fact that of the things you're going through that are weighing me down. It's literally you. It is literally just you. I don't need you weighing me down, getting crazy on me, or trying to, steal my car, or, trash my house, or come to my job and embarrass me. That kind of psycho crazy stuff. That's that kind of stuff how she is, right? After you already tell this girl, leave me alone, right? Stop coming to my house. Stop taking my mail. Stop peeing on my front yard. So, yeah. Stop threatening my daughter. Stop threatening me. Whatever. Stop threatening my new girlfriend. That kind of stuff. I know it was you that, smashed the windows out my car, right? That's that crazy stuff. Just know I'm not up for that. I'm not up for any extra emotional turmoil that you're going to try to cause me and guilt trip me into, and manipulating me, all this stuff, and making me go back to a place emotionally that I'm not ready to go back to, and I have no plan on going back to. Because, like I said, I got off the phone, I was shaking when she hung up on me, when she just hung up. Because I'm like, not the second time she called me saying, hey, I wish you the best. Not the third time that she called me saying, I want you back. No, but the first time. Right? I just know that it's a lot. It's too much to handle. She's always too much to handle. It comes from everywhere. It's this way, it comes out of that way. It's just it's everywhere with her, right? It comes here, it comes from there, and she hits you from so many different directions, and everything is so unexpected with her. And I just don't have enough in me to try to manage her like that. Be her handler, right? The all-seeing eye. Anyway, I can't handle her like that. I shouldn't have to, and I'm not going to stick around to put myself second like that anymore, to where I delude myself into handling her anymore. Trying to. If you're not up here, you don't need to be messing with me. You need to go on somewhere, because I'm not going to be messing with someone who is just all over the place. If you're not up here to a certain level, I just can't deal with it. But, yeah, she was like, I'm sorry, I love you. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I love you too. I really wish that some way things could work out, but it's not going to work out. Because we are literally, we've stayed the same. Nothing has changed within the, 7 minutes. Based from when we just got finished talking and blowing up, right? In other words, I should say when everything blew up. Again, because of you. Because of you. Literally. Well, not because, maybe I did something. No, I'm tired of that. I'm not going back to that. I should have said something like that. I should have said it like this. She goes through a lot, and I should be patient with her. No. Can't. I can't have this mess coming up in my life when I'm trying to literally start my life. I'm on a track when it comes to my life. I have goals set in mind. I have things I want to do. I can't have you slowing me down and, trying to, and hold me up. And to be honest, we're already really different, again, because of our views, and she wasn't up to speed, and she wasn't awake. And I probably could have, made her come to realize certain things like I have, right, over time. But in between all the other emotional stuff and this and that, yeah, probably wasn't going to happen, because we can hardly stand each other anyway. And also, like I said, I eventually came to terms with accepting the whole military thing. But it was also the fact that she's like, oh yeah, well, I want to have kids by the time that I want to have a child by the time that I'm 19, maybe 20. I want to get married before I go off to the military. I'm like, girl, you're doing things too fast. You're putting too much on yourself before you're ready. And also, you're not mentally, you can't handle all that stuff. You're going to be out in war, and you're supposed to be having kids. Why are you going to leave your kids behind and go off in that mess? You're not supposed to be off there. You're supposed to be here with your kids. I'm not saying as a woman. I'm not saying that. But just, I feel like, why are you going to take that much away from your kids like that? Yet alone, me. Whoever it is that you're with. I just, I think that's selfish. I mean, screw the whole, I'm doing my duty. No, stop that. Stop the robotic programming. Stop it. With someone who didn't have, parents around in a certain way growing up. Me, that's what I want. I do want to be around in my kids' lives. I don't want to be gone all the time. Sorry, honey, I have to go. Leaving at like, 6 o'clock in the evening, or 8 o'clock at night, and then getting back at like 5:30 in the morning, 6, 7 in the morning. I don't want to. You miss a lot of time like that, and you miss a part of their lives and pains they may be going through emotionally. And then like I said, it was a lot. If something were to happen to her, then it'd just be me. And vice versa, if something were to happen to me, she's off in a contract. She's stationed here, right? Or she has to go off to war here and there, then, or she could still possibly be killed. Well, then that's not leaving your kids in the best situation. So it's not just about you, what you want to do. And she's talking about, oh yeah, I want to have like 7 kids. I want to have 9 kids. I'm like, you're not going to leave me with all them babies. You're not. Because I have a life too. And I'm not even sure how well I can manage all those kids. That's a lot of different personalities, a lot of different energies to take on. Because I love and care for my kids so much, I don't want to leave anything out. I don't want to, even mix up their names. I don't want to, neglect one, or because that's what happens when you have so many kids. You kind of, number one, you're your own person, so you have to take in consideration with who you are and what you can handle, right? Not just the cutesy stuff like you see like on TV. Oh, that's cool. Wow. John and Kate plus 8. I want 13 kids. No, it's not. It's not cute, because guess what? When these kids are neglected, or when certain things are happening to these kids, and things will happen to them in this world, right? They're going to go through things that, they're going to need you there. And when you have 13 kids to pay attention to, they're going to be kids that have to get a kid in a certain sense. They're going to be kids that, they're going to want mommy. They're going to want daddy around, but daddy's never around. Mommy's never around. And again, growing up as a kid who already had things like that, it's like, and I was an only child, and I had, 2 parent figures around, but still. I also know that, she was trying to tie me down too much. She was talking about marriage and all this stuff and kids. And I'm like, look, I'm not trying to have kids. Not even one kid by the time I don't know if I'm going to go back to get another degree for college. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if I plan on moving. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't need to have a kid. And also, how I felt about, how even having kids, like same-sex couples, going to work anyway. My take is kind of skewed on that, right? I don't know how I feel about doing that. Because, I know how I feel about it. I'm not really for it anymore. I used to be invested in it, but now I feel the other direction. I feel the opposite direction. And I've already made a video on that. I don't think I'll have kids, sad but true. I've already said that. So anyway, I know that it's a lot, I was still trying to live my life and get out and experience things, see who I am. And again, I needed financial stability. I need time to build up my financial stability in my field, right? Before I can think about, trying to take care of myself, let alone kids, even a single kid. And again, you're not going to go off and leave me with all these kids. You're not. I'm here doing everything by myself. And, you're moving us around all the time. I can't handle that. That's no way to live. If anything, that's just more suffocation. And then with how she is, all that manipulation and all this mess and emotional crap, no, the marriage wouldn't have lasted anyway. That's why when I was thinking about marriage with her, I'm like, I don't even know, because this relationship, we're talking about girlfriend stuff. This, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, to me, like, that's just so much, that's just petty, and it's so more minuscule than actual marriage, right? That's husband and wife. You're married. It's no more, yeah, this is my boyfriend, isn't he so cute, whatever, his name is Jacob, oh my god, my nails, right? But no, it's not that, I don't want to say teenage crap. Dating isn't just for teenagers, but I'm saying, like, it's a lot more. It involves, it's a huge commitment. And actually, I've already, I haven't made a video talking about like how I feel about marriage, but you know, I don't feel like I could get married now because I kind of feel like, what's the point of marriage? That's with anyone for certain reasons. Anyway, yeah. So I didn't really want to get married anyway with anyone. This is with anyone. But then again, she wanted to be officially married because, in the military, you can get certain benefits and, shares of money, you and your spouse, whatever, your partner, if you're married in the military or in the National Guard, right? So, yeah, extra perks for your spouse. So I hear, but still, I don't like the idea of marriage right now. I don't. For anybody, whether that's for man or woman, in relation to me, and in relation to anyone else, and also, with how it's handled in the U.S., I think it's, and also, I don't know how I felt being tied down. Also, spiritually, I didn't know how I felt about being in marriage with a woman. I didn't know about that. And of course, in society, I don't care what the law says about, oh yeah, like, we're so open and, same-sex marriage. Oh, no, I know that everywhere we would go, if we're holding hands and if I have a ring on my finger, she has a ring on her finger. If we go into a movie theater, we can still have popcorn thrown at us. We can still, I know someone's like, oh, popcorn. No, we're still going to get stared at. We're still going to be in danger, holding hands, walking to our car late at night. We're still going to be, so, and again, put the kids in the middle of all that. That's a threat for their life, and that's more things that they have to deal with. Again, so it's a lot of different factors, I would worry about like the societal backlash of still, having a wife as a woman. And then again, spiritual conflicts, because now, right, how I feel about spirituality and men and women, and I'm trying to understand things about the union of that and whatever. I'm just saying, well, yeah, it kind of contradicts things. Because it's like, I want one thing, then again, I'm looking at, other things that seem perfectly clear and logical to me. But anyway, that's whole struggle. I already made, video about that and how I'm trying to, handle that. Baby steps, mental baby steps. But I also know that, yeah, marriage with her, thinking about how things were with her in our present relationship, I didn't want to be married to that girl. I didn't want to be. Because I knew, okay, there are a lot of things we have to work out first before I can tie myself down to you, right? Yet alone bring kids involved to it because we're not stable as it is. So we need a few more good years of getting stable with each other, actually knowing each other, getting to know each other fully, and and backgrounds and criminal history within the family, things like that. And then, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm not just talking about, so what's your favorite color? No, there's a lot more stuff, right? I want to get to know you. I want to see you at your ups, at your downs. I want to see you when you're mad. And she's certainly showing me how messed up she is when she's mad. That doesn't make any sense. And I know I have my own things to work on when I get mad. Now, today I was mad, right? Because I went to that job thing and I was told, oh, the position has been filled. I was mad, but I didn't throw any rocks, did I? I kept it down. Kept the lid on, act decent enough. I, walked out the door, sat in the car. I was angry, I was shaking, I was confused, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to fix the situation, but I knew I couldn't fix the situation. So I made a video. That's how I dealt with the anger. That's how I talked about it, right? Another thing, like, I'm finding out about women and versus men and, how women are and their nature. Women have to talk about things. They have to talk about things to get it out. That's how we feel better. Because, again, we're more sensitive, we're more emotional, and, hell, guys, if they have a beef, if they need to squash something, they have a miscommunication argument, maybe they'll get mad, maybe they'll be mad for a day or two, they'll put up a front, maybe even a week. But eventually they'll get over it. They'll get to talking around. They'll get around to talking about it and coming to a solid agreement. They end up shaking hands. They walk away at the end of the day. Women will hold on to things for 20 years. Holding it in, having a grudge, not saying anything. I know this from personal experience, myself, and also, yeah, my mom and other observing and just watching other women and how they act and how they treat each other. And I've already made a video about that. I've already talked about, it was my video, A Tale of Femininity, A Quest of Me. In my part 1 and part 2, talking about how uncomfortable I feel around women and things that I've watched, their nature of women and the nitty gritty of women, and I'm just not comfortable with that. Some of the petty, stupid cat fight crap, you know? Well, you say you don't like my hair. No, I'm gonna hit you now. You stink. I kissed your boyfriend when you weren't looking. Just petty crap. Come on. I don't know if that puts me in more of my masculinity by feeling that way, but come on now. I can't stand that mess. It's just ridiculous. But ridiculous problems to have to fix. It shouldn't even have to be fixed. It shouldn't have to be fixed. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it at all to try to handle. Anyway, yeah, man, it makes me sad because I really did want to build with her. I was trying to rearrange, like I said, because I already had goals in my life set up of how I was going to do things and taking my time, and I don't know everything that's going to happen, obviously, because I went to a job and I didn't end up getting the job, right? After such a good runaround. But ultimately, things come up and I need to do what's best for me without any ties, without anything holding me back. And I just can't do that with her. And I'm not going to get myself into a situation that's going to hurt me because I have to take care of me first. And that's on my terms. That's regarding anything that I've done to put myself in a situation, or even anyone else who's around me. I have to get them away because I can't let you, get in my head like this. I can't let you get into my bank account, take out money without me knowing, or anything like that, or, kill one of our kids, not pay the rent when you said you were going to pay it, I'll ask her, honey, where's the rent money? There's a note talking about eviction, but I gave you that money 2 weeks ago. Well, I wanted to get my hair done. For some hair that isn't even yours. Anyway, for some hair that doesn't even look natural, looks weird on you anyway, right? As a Negro person, it's not, no, that's not how it is, right? There's fake, nasty, long nails, getting your eyebrows waxed, etc. I'm just saying, I can spend money on dumb stuff too. That's a given for anyone. But no, that stuff, when I trust you for certain things and then I don't know why I did it. I just did it. You better get out. You need to get out talking all that mess. You better know why. Shoot. Who the hell? Who? Again, mental. What's wrong with your mental? All I know is that I dodged the bullet. And I am done. I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna be missing her. Someone's like, what can you miss about that? I guess what really could have been, things I had planned. And that's why it's dangerous to make plans. And I've already said this so many times, but even with her, I knew that I was playing with fire. I was throwing gas into a fire, and sooner or later, or near a fire, sooner or later, I was bound to splash a little bit of that gas, into the actual fire itself. And then, ultimately I'll get my results. And she's definitely shown me how she is, and it's not where it needs to be when it comes to us. And she's not going to change. And I'm not going to wait around for her to change. I'm not. That's what I was doing before I accepted and said yes to her when she was asking, please, I need you, and I want you to be with me, I love you. I was like, I feel like you still need to work on some things, so I'm going to just take a step back. I'm going to just wait, right? And then, of course, my spiritual part was thrown off because I was like, okay, I feel like this isn't right, two women and everything like that. But yet I had this desire, and I'm already attached to her in certain ways. So yeah, it's a lot. It's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna miss her. I did call her back after, and I was like, look, I know you're going through a lot, so at least all I can do. I know someone's gonna be like, at least all I can do. I can't offer you anything else. But if you're ever in trouble, if you ever need to talk, as like a last resort, even, it's fine. Just give me a call. You're free to call. That's it. Because obviously she's going to go through something else. I don't know what it is, but anything. I mean, you literally, you've got a friend in me, okay? Like, we don't work like that, but doesn't mean I can't stick around and listen to you when things are going wrong. Because apparently she doesn't have anyone to do that. She's talked about so many times how she feels alone, and I remember that. So, you just know that you always have me. And as long as you don't get on the phone and start trying to talk about, I miss you, I love you, and relationships and all that crap, trying to get me back, as if you could get me back anyway, right? Because I don't know what it is, people, they just think, I'm going to get you back, and then, I'm just like a doll. I'm just supposed to, be okay with it. I'm just supposed to say, okay, no, just because you want to do something that doesn't have any effect on me. It's kind of like when I would have a crush on a girl, right? I'd have to realize, either one, I don't think she likes girls, or I'm probably, she's probably not looking at me like that, because, I'm not to her appeal. But anyway, man, my jaw. Yeah, I just know it's a lot. I'm gonna miss what could have been when it comes to her. I am. I'm gonna miss talking to her late at night and just kind of having like that comfort. Even though we end up arguing a lot, but I know I just have to, again, kind of like Tariana. And also, yeah, with Brie, I have to eventually let myself forget about them in a certain way. And I have to just remind myself to remember what they did and their nature. I remember after Tariana, it was really hard. But I got through it. I mean, I made it, and I can do the same thing. And Brie, right? We had a connection, everything like that, and I felt connected to her, and obviously because I gave myself to her, right? Well, I had to let her go, so I had to realize that it was never going to work, and it's still not, things haven't changed, but yeah, I had to accept it. It was sad, but I eventually let her go. I cut her off, and she ended up finding me eventually through Facebook again, contacting me, and I actually responded. I'm like, hey, what's going on? She's like, oh my God, you're actually, talking to me. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I am. How are you? What's going on? That kind of thing. We kind of went from there, or just kind of mildly talking and saying hey or whatever. But I have to stop, have to cut off that part of us, because that's never gonna be taken to a certain level ever. She keeps showing me that, so I guess it's okay. Like I said, I have so much to focus on anyway. I'm perfectly fine with just rolling as I am. And one thing, I know I'm never going to hurt me like that. I know I'm never going to disappoint myself like that, because, yeah. I mean, I'll mess up. I'll definitely mess up. But at least I can go home and, eat some hot wings and eat some brownies or whatever, feel better, right? I mean, not have someone who's just going to shut down and whatever. I know everything there is to know about the situation. Whatever it is that's happening to me, I know what's going on in my head. The playoff version and the actual underground, real reasons behind maybe a fear or insecurity of mine. I'll always know that, because I'll never get out of my head, you understand? I'll always have that, so yeah, it's pretty awesome. Gift of singleness. from a holy perspective, the gift of singleness. But anyway, this video is going to cut off. I know the memory's running out, but that's all I had. That's all I have, man. That's all I have. If you made it this far, congratulations. It's now 8:57. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be missing her. I am missing, what could have been and how we could have worked on things, but I can't really focus on what could have. Because when I was there in the present moment trying to work on things, she didn't want to, so have to remember that. And I also have to remember how crazy she is and how good at manipulating she is, because I don't need anyone like that around me. Because eventually I'll end up going crazy on them. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? That's all I have. I'm out. It does make me sad, though. I am going to miss her. Like Tyrion and all the others. I mean, I didn't connect with Tyrion like that. Like I said, it's different with Brie. She's always been able to snap this hold on me. But, yeah. And also, I'm gonna, wonder how she's doing and if she's safe and, if she's killed herself. I'm gonna wonder about a lot of things when it comes to her. Because I know she's not gonna call me as often. And I guess that's fine. Do what you have to do. I don't plan on calling her a lot. Because obviously, there's a lack of respect and, but I wish her the best. I care about her. The good thing about cutting her off completely, talking about Brie, was that if she had done anything, and this is going to sound bad, I cared about her either way. I didn't want her to do anything, that was going to be harmful, but at least when she did happen to hurt herself, or kill herself, or even move, or whatever, it wasn't like, oh, my heart, like, because I wasn't even involved. Like, I was just doing me, Kind of can't wait to get back to that, to where I can just kind of do me. Man, I'm gonna miss her. It was nice while it lasted. It was a cool run, I guess. Like I said, I knew, though. She started talking about marriage, and I'm only a year ahead of her, so I was like, I don't know who you're talking about, because I'm not doing all that. I'm not planning on that, And she wasn't willing to budge, and I get it. We're just a little bit too different. I just hope that eventually she can get some kind of goodness in her life, But I know she depends too much on another person. I do this too. I do. Haven't been focused on that a lot lately, because like I said, I've been busy with, my life, my pathway of life, but she focuses a lot on depending on someone else to make her happy, depending on someone else to tell me. Again, I've already talked about this, and, before, I'm pretty, I'm important, please pay attention to me, I'm pretty, that kind of stuff. Love me, pay attention to me. Why don't you call me? You don't call me as much as you do. You don't miss me? Why don't you miss me? Okay, I guess I'm ugly, right? That kind of stuff. She depends too much on that. Too much. Just too much. Depending on someone to show her love and validations of love that she's missing within herself. And I get that, because I slip up with that too still. Getting too codependent and, kind of lynching on to someone before you really have the full boatload of them and where they're coming from. I get it. I really do. It does make me sad a little bit that I couldn't be that person to, grow with her and fix her and stay by her side and comfort her and make her feel better, because I know that that's what she really wants, and hell, I want it. That's what a lot of people want. That's what she really, really feels right now, because she's hurting. I know. I'm hurting for her, and hurting also because, yeah, this does hurt me. But, anyway. It's just like Tariana. I'll get over it. It's for the best. It's for the best. I did want to be that one that could love her and, get through things with her and hold her hand and stick it out, because I remember that's why I stayed with her so long. Even though a lot of the same stuff she drove me crazy. I felt like, well, this is what love is. You stick through the hard times. But love shouldn't be this crazy. I wanted to help her get over things in her life and help her not be the way that she usually is. Like I said, the point where she gets, the level of intensity that she gets, I wanted to break down those walls. And yeah, but I feel like no one can give you that kind of love to where that happens. Like, you have to get over that stuff by yourself, because I've learned no one else can save you. You have to save you. Your friends or your parents or even your lovers, they can't save you. That love has to come from within you, and has to come over time. And that validation of love that you're missing, that you want so bad. Like me, pay attention to me, please. Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me I'm worth something. Love me. Show me love. Make me feel love, because I miss it. I don't know what it feels like anymore. Show me what it feels like to be happy. Show me what it feels like to feel cared for. That's deep, and she's already expressed so much of that to me. She depends on me for that stuff. And even back then, so I felt an obligation. And plus, like I said, I gave myself to her, so I felt, at least I thought this is what it was to love, right? Sticking through things even like this, no matter how hard it seems, no matter how hurtful it is. But she was always the one hurting me. That was the thing. Like, it's not love that's hurting you. I've heard love shouldn't be difficult or complicated. Love should be fun. Love should be open and loving and fun. It shouldn't be too complicated.